Question 1. In the arrow diagram on the right, the functions f maps x to y. So first, we want to find, so the functions f will map this number 4 to number -5. Right? And for questions B, the inverse functions, so the inverse functions is going to map y to x, right? So if you have an input of -1 here, then it's going to map to 6. And for C is the inverse of f, so it's going to map number 2 to -2. And last one, the D, so the inverse of f is going to map -5 to number 4. Question number 2. The function g and h are defined by g of x is equal to 5 over 2 minus x, and h of x is equal to 3x plus 6 respectively. So finds this A, B, C, D. So let us start with A. So this one is a very direct one. So you have the function g here. Now the input is 12, right? So here the x here, we're going to replace it with 12. So you're going to have 5 over 2 minus 12. So 2 minus 12 is equal to -10. So simplify this, you will have the answer of -1 over 2. Now we're going to move to questions B. So this is the inverse of g with an input of 4. So let's put an arrow diagram here so that we can look at this clearly. So this is the g, right? The function g, and this will be the inverse of g. So this number 4 is an input of this inverse of g, but this number 4 is also the image of g. Therefore, the number 4 is on the right hand side here. So we want to know, if we input number 4 into these inverse functions, what is the numbers that you're going to get here? As we didn't know, so we can replace it using a variable, for example, a. So this a is the image of this inverse of g, but it's also the object for the g. So if you input a into the g, you will get number 4. So using the information that we have here, so we're going to solve for the B. So the first one, the inverse of g, when you insert number 4 into it, you will get a, or the other way around. So you insert the a into the g, then you will have 4. So this is our functions g, right? Now the input is a. So therefore the x here, we're going to replace it with a. So next, we're going to have 5 over 2 minus a is equal to 4. Then we're going to solve this. So move this 2 minus a to the other side. So you will have 5 equal to 4 times 2 minus a. So this one just expands it. So 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times a, 4a. So now I'm going to move this minus 4a here to the front, and then this number 5 to the back. So I will have 4a equal to 8 minus 5. So this part will give you the answer of 3. So then to find the a, I'm going to move the number 4 to the other side. So finally you have 3 over 4. That is for the a. And for the first part here, we already stated that the inverse of g with an input of 4 is equal to a, right? And from here we know the a is, so the inverse of g of 4 is equal to 3 over 4. So that is for questions B. So now we're going to move to question C. So h of negative 1, right? So this one is a very straight one. So just use the function h given here. So the input is negative 1. So the x here, we're going to replace it with negative 1 as well, plus 6. So this will give it answer of negative 3 plus 6 is equal to 3. So function h of negative 1 will give you the answer of 3. Now let us move to questions D. For the questions D, it is the same as this questions B, right? The same concept. So this is our functions h, and this is our functions, the inverse of the function h. So this number 9 is the input for this h, inverse of h, right? It's also the image for the h. So the number 9 is actually on the right hand side. So we want to know if you input number 9 into the inverse of h, what is the numbers answer you're going to get. So let's put as a variable, let's say a as well. So in the other way around, if you insert a into the h, you will get back number 9. So we're going to use this information to solve this. So the first one, the inverse of h with a number 9 here will give you the answer of a. When we do it the other way around, the function h with a as your input will give you the answer of 9. Now from here we know that the function h is 3x plus 6, right? So now if your input is an a, so we're going to replace the x here with a. So therefore this ha is also equal to 3a plus 6 equal to 9. So to solve this, move this plus 6 to the other side. So 3a equal to 9 minus 6. So a equal to, so this one gives you answer of 3. Then move this 3 to the other side, you're going to divide it by 3. So finally you have the answer of 1. So from the first part here, the inverse of h of 9 is equal to a, and from here we already find that the a is equal to 1. So the answer will be 1.